You know, civil servants are one of the problems we have in this country. Of course, you know that. The civil servants are going to be refined, going to be retuned, because irrespective of how fantastic your ideas are, if you don't have the right people that will help you make that idea work, the idea will be frustrated. So civil servants, civil service system need to be restructured, need to be refined, need to be fine-tuned. Because if I bring the files, you see, the bureaucratic process is killing so many things in this country.
Oh, are they
And I
doing it
think,
legally?
of course, when Nigeria system work, the system have been designed not to work. The system have been designed not to favor the masses. The system have been designed to favor only the few elites. But one confidence I have is this: that irrespective of how corrupt, how decayed the system have been, if you put the right people in the right places, they will ensure that the system is restructured effectively. Take a clear example. It's quite unfortunate that the Minister of Labor is a medical doctor. The Minister of Housing, Power, is a lawyer. Is that not? Is that normal? What has a lawyer, a son, got to do with works and housing? Why not put the right people in the right place and ensure they bring their best hand? If you go to Egypt today, the people that manage their power sector, they are all engineers down to the security. Go to other developed nations, that is how it's being done. If you want our power system to work, ensure that the minister down to the security, they are people that have electrical, that have power orientation. If you want the works and housing to work, ensure that the people, the housing, the building engineer, the civil engineer, they are the people that mount the Ministry of Works and Housing. If you want the finance system to work, ensure that there's the accountant that mount the Ministry of Finance. If you want the legal system to work, ensure that everybody in the Ministry of Justice are all lawyers. If you want the security to work, ensure that down to the Minister
Defense?
of Defense, they are all security experts. You know why we are failing in this country? Because the people that occupy the corridors of power are people that are being remunerated, are people that are being rewarded with political portfolio. Nobody comes to the corridor of power on the basis of competence, qualification, equity, justice, and fairness. And until we switch to that dimension of rewarding people in the corridors of power with competence and quality of what you can offer, we will go nowhere as a people. If you want to give me an appointment, give me an appointment on the basis of what I can offer, not on the basis of you feel I have paid my dues, I need to be settled. I don't need that. Don't reward me an appointment for me on the basis of I have been politically loyal. Reward my appointment on the basis of what I can deliver, what I can offer. That is the only way this country can work. So we must put this country first. If Nigeria must work, we must put the country above personal sentiment, above bureaucrat thinking.
All right. Now let's talk about, because you are a member of PDP, I'm going to ask you the question like this. I don't know if you know how they select their candidate. Why is Atiku the best candidate in 2023?
Fantastic. It's because elections, primarily, before you produce your presidential candidates, your gubernatorial candidates, your senatorial candidates, your rep, and a whole lot of other, there is what we call a primary process where delegates vote and determine who represent their party. Most times, you have super delegate, most times, adult delegate, and a whole lot of others. He voted under a free, fair, credible, and fair primaries as a primary process. Of course, there were a lot of other people that voted, that contested alongside with him. But because the process was free, a certain number of delegates were accredited. And all of them voted for the person of their choice. And he emerged. So it shows that the delegates prefer him over every other candidate. Because the delegate said he's more qualified to become the president. That's the reason why he emerges. He did not emerge as against the interest of the people, unlike Bola Tinubu of the APC that emerges against the interest of the people. Of course, you know the standard. The PDP is not built around one human being, unlike the APC that is built around one national leader. PDP is not owned by anybody. Nobody can lay claim of PDP. Of course, you know, Bala Militum will say that I made APC. Everybody will say that APC is built around him and so many others. So he emerges on the basis of free, fair, credible primaries that was adjourned one of the best. And the people elected him, the delegate elected him. And he emerges. And other people, other co-contestants celebrated his emergence because they saw if 1,000 people were accredited, 900 voted, 100 were void, 50 goes to the candidate, 20 goes to the candidate, 30 goes to the candidate, 100 goes to the candidate. At the end of the day, you calculate everything. It ends up at 1,000. So how do you justify that? Free, fair, and credible. So whoever that loses, we willingly support the person that won. Among all the contestants that lost, if you notice, they all queue behind the person that won because they saw that the election was clear. We accredited so number of persons. And so number of persons that were accredited, so number of persons voted. So number of votes were void. If you calculate the number of votes that were void, number of votes that were accredited, and number of people that voted, accumulated together, you will arrive at a certain figure of the people that were accredited. So how do you force that? You don't have choice than to support whoever that emerges because it's obvious that that's who the people want.
All right, that's fair enough. After 1999, when we returned to democracy, with PDP becoming the ruling power, the ruling political party in Nigeria, they came up with a zoning formula, which at the time I said, well, I don't think it's a good idea. In democracy, you shouldn't be doing zoning. You should, the best candidate should come out and represent the country. Also because we're not looking for a tribal leader, we're looking for a national leader.
Absolutely.
But say, even for the purpose of argument, somebody might say the current president is from the north. And right now, PDP is proposing another president for the country, and they have decided, based on their own calculation, based on the internal working of the party, to present another person, candidate from the north. How would you explain that?
Fantastic. If you look at Praso now, when people talked about the zoning formula, a whole lot of other, but we are developing as each day goes by. We are building a political structure that's devoid of tribal sentiment, religious affiliation, and a whole lot of others. PDP is building a political structure that is devoid of boundaries. We don't want to have a political structure that says where is your state of origin. We want to be a political structure that says where is your place of residence. We have one united Nigeria. May God bless the United States of Nigeria. Not may God bless you that is from Delta, Edo, Bayelsa, Bauchi, and a whole lot of others. We don't want to have a country where we are being divided along ethnic and religious lines. We don't want to have that kind of country. We want to have a country where everybody is united, where I can go to the east and sleep, and go to the west and sleep, and go to the north and sleep, without fear. That's the kind of country we want to build. That's the kind of country we want to have. And how do you achieve that? You need to achieve that by showing a contest open, free for all. Of course, somebody will say, why didn't you do that while you were in power in the last 16 years? But you realize that we are developing as each day goes by. We're the 21st century democracy, so you must practice the 21st century principle of governance. And how do you do that? Give everybody a free, fair, and equal hearing, equal opportunity. And that's what they've done. It was thrown open to the southwest, northeast, and a whole of whichever region you can call it. And the best person emerged. We're trying to practice the 21st century democracy where you have the best person emerge. That is what we want to achieve. And that is what I think we've done. Of course, if somebody from the east had won it, it would have been given to him. We'll have galvanized around the person. But somebody from the north won it under an open field. We never zone it to the north. We show it open. And I think we claimed the ticket because he was more qualified. He was able to convince the people with his manifesto. He was more open. Other people are qualified too. But of course, he won it because the process was open to all.
Thank you for that. Another thing I think is that has become a concern for a lot of Nigeria, particularly the younger Nigerians, is that they want to believe that the future of the country is not only in dream, it should be a reality. They want to participate in the governing of their country.